Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Each episode, we will be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skill, etc. Then, we will put them into a battle simulator and see who's the better one when head on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will be crowned the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, a member of the Black Fangs, a prodigy when it comes to magic, the pious mage, Nino! And standing on the right corner, the inheritor of Book of Naga, Salif's half-sister, the Naga's blood, Julia! And here we go, Mage vs Sage, a battle to decide who's the better green magical waifu. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, Stats and Skills. Let's start with their basic stats total. Nino BST is 147 and Julia is 148. 1 for Julia. What about their rating after their weapon and skills? Nino is 160 and Julia is 162. Julia extends the lead, 0-2. Next is their hit points. Nino has 33 HP and Julia has 38. Julia scores again, 0-3. How about their attack then? Nino's attack is 33 plus 13 and Julia is 35 plus 14, 0-4 to Julia. It's starting to look like a one-sided match. Will Nino break the streak with her speed? Let's see. Nino's speed is 36 and Julia is 26. Nino finally scores. So that's where all her stats point went to. Can Nino continues with the momentum? Let's find out with their defense. Nino has 19 points in defense and Julia has 17. 2-4 to Nino. Now to their resistance. Whose magic defense is higher? Nino's resistance is 26 and Julia is 32. 2-5, Julia extending the gap again. Currently, Nino is trailing behind by 3 points. Can she catch up with Julia? Let's look at their weapon now. Nino holds a Blade Tome Ground Blade that has a might of 13. It adds total bonuses on unit to damage dealt by slowing her trigger count. As for Julia, she holds the legendary tome Naga that has a might of 14. It grants her a +2 on defense and resistance if being attacked and is effective against dragon. So whose tome is better? Another dilemma. In terms of highest potential damage output, it will be Ground Blade for sure. But Naga has the stats gains and effectiveness against dragon, which means she could take down Tiki, a red dragon which Nino might find it difficult to. In terms of exclusiveness, without a doubt, Naga is the winner. If we consider how available are the two tomes, then it's definitely Ground Blade since it's easier to pull a Nino than a Julia. In the end, I will have to declare this to be a draw. Let's move on. We won't be looking at their special and assist since one of them don't have the skill, so it could not be compared. How about their passive then? In slot A, Nino has resistance +3 and so does Julia. It's a draw. How about passive C? Nino has Horn Attack and Julia has Breath of Life. The former grants adjacent ally a +4 on attack at the start of a turn, and the latter recovers adjacent ally 7 HP when she initiates. Considering the importance of buff over recovery, Horn Attack is the better skill among the two. 1 point for Nino. And that's the end to round 1. With a score of 3-5, the winner of round 1 is Julia! To be honest, I'm a little surprised with the scoreline. Anyway, let's move on to round 2, head-on fight. For this segment, I'm going to use the Fire Emblem Heroes Damage Calculator by Redditor Rocketmo. For the first fight, we are just going to let them brawl with their default skills and Ivy with no buff. Let's have a look at the result. It seems that both couldn't one-round KO their opponent, but whoever initiates first would get killed during their opponent's phase. How about we give them their best recommended build? For Nino, her most offensive build would be Ground Blade Plus, Life and Death, Desperation, and Moonbow. As for Julia, Naga, Fury, Quick Repose, and Draconic Aura. The result this time? Julia managed to take down Nino when defending thanks to Quick Repose. Even though Nino gets to hit Julia twice, but the damage wasn't enough to take Julia down. However, all Nino needs is a plus attack buff and she could have won the fight. Hence, the winner of the head-on battle goes to Julia! Before we proceed to the next segment, let's recap the result. Julia has won the first 2 rounds, leaving Nino with nothing. Could Nino at least win the last round to avoid a total defeat? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this round, we will be using the Mass Battle calculator by Andukrandu to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. Whoever gets the most kill is the winner. First, we will calculate the result with their default build. And the result? Nino draws 35, loses 59, and wins 47. What about Julia? She draws 39, loses 74, and wins 28. Nino kills 19 more than Julia when initiating. How about when defending? The result remained the same. Nino has 36 draws, 55 loses, and 50 wins compared to Julia with 46 draws, 69 loses, and 26 wins. 1-0 for Nino. Now let's see the result for their best build. Nino has 5 draws, 41 loses, and 95 wins. As for Julia, she draws 13, loses 58, and wins 70. Once again, Nino did better than Julia when initiating. Will the result be the same if enemies initiate? Here's the result. Nino draws 5, loses 64, and wins 72. What about Julia? She draws 24, loses 39, and wins 78. Julia did slightly better than Nino when defending, but Nino is the overall winner for round 3. However, this will not change the final outcome. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, with a final score of 1-2, the winner of this episode, My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours is none other than Julia! What an interesting match. Even though Julia might have been the better one with her stats and head-on fight, but Nino's capability to take more foes down is a feat that should not be taken lightly. Especially with some stats buff, Nino's ground blade would have gotten even stronger. What do you think about the verdict? Who do you think should have been the better waifu among the two? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you soon.